Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
Good morning, John Gray. I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And good morning, world.
Hello,
actually.
world. Hello, world.
Did y'all have fun at Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving,
Valentine's?
yeah,
Did you have
fun
a
at
fun
Thanksgiving.
Valentine's?
Who remembers
turkey sandwich
Thanksgiving?
was wonderful.
Yeah.
How about Valentine's? Did you remember your wife and family on that day with many roses and chocolates?
No, actually, we were babysitting with the 3 grandchildren, so, that kind of took precedence over anything else that might
They're
have,
awfully cute kids.
so
You
it
got
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Last year after Valentine's, I thought, a lot of holidays, not everybody's happy at the holidays. People are supposed to be happy. Not everybody's happy on Valentine's Day. They might have just been jilted. Their love gone away. So I wrote this song. I had the Valentine's Blues last year, and the final verse is, no roses, no roses, no chocolate, no hearts, just cold beer and Slim Jims in my grocery cart. Now, February 14th is just another day, because when you're all alone, ain't nothing else to say. I got the happy Valentine's blues. I'm hurting from my hair to the toenails in my shoes. In the game of love, the only game I got is lose. I got the happy Valentine's blues.
I've had that before.
Have you had that before?
Oh, yeah, we've all been through that at some time or other, I'm sure.
And you get, I forgot, Sister Candy told me last week, and I forgot about this, and I'm sorry, Candy, that I did. But for you folks out there, and some of you don't know what a conversation heart is.
No, I don't know.
I don't
What
either.
is
A conversation heart are those little candy hearts with messages written on them
Oh.
that says, be mine.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to give one, and they're the little bitty ones are big
Yeah.
ones. They're 150 years old this year. The
Is that
conversation heart
No
is
kidding.
what they're called.
Yeah.
Well,
So I can remember when we were little kids, you'd go and have a Valentine, and of course you'd have to take one to everybody, and you'd have a special one for some little girl or a little boy, if you were a little girl, that might have one of those hearts, taped to
Did
the
you
corner.
do that?
yeah, I do remember doing that, yes.
That was, and
I
you'd
guess I
have
got
one
a few.
special one, and you'd hope that you could get to that little girl with it.
Yeah.
And
That
then
little
somebody,
redhead girl
the
like Charlie Brown.
and then some guy with 2 or 3 hearts taped to his would go over there in front of you, hand his to her, and you'd look at yours and go,
yours is cheap.
cheap, ugly. You'd put him back in your pocket, 3-track back to your desk.
Oh, me.
So what about
Those
the
are really
Grammys
good.
last night? Did you enjoy the Grammys?
I did. I enjoyed the Grammys. I'm sure I missed some of it because I went to sleep sometimes, but I did enjoy the Grammys.
Does that mean you were bored?
No, I think I was tired.
Oh,
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't really boring.
No, it was not at all boring.
It was wide
I
open.
thought it was an outstanding event, frankly, and a lot of protest in a way. People making statements, political statements in
Well,
the
it was.
music.
Yeah, it was.
That's okay.
It was
Yeah.
very obvious that Kanye West wasn't there. He was nowhere to be seen. I guess because he's $53 million in debt right now.
He says he is. I don't know if he really is or not. But
I can't be crying for Kanye.
You
too
can't
much.
cry for Kanye.
Yeah.
I know he's had money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he and Beyonce are building a $50-something million house or
Yeah.
$20-something million house. So how broke can you be?
He and who?
Beyonce.
Beyonce, aren't they married?
You don't know
No.
Beyonce.
Huh?
No.
That's Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Beyonce.
Kanye's
Yeah.
married to Kim Kardashian.
That's right. He's
Kardashian.
a
Yeah,
good
they're the ones
Yeah.
building the. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the ones building the house.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love that Bruno Mars got an award because Uptown Funk has hit my brain as soon as the first time I heard it.
Well, there were other songs in that category, and I'm listening and I'm thinking, there is no way that they can give that
To anybody else?
to anybody else but him.
That was-
as
I'm sure it was
that
the most
song
played.
completely
Yeah.
took over everything from music teachers in junior highs and high schools writing dances and dancing
Yeah.
down the halls and
That was
flash
really well
dances in
done.
malls and stuff like that. It's just incredible.
He is
Real
an
happy for him.
incredible talent. I have
He's
to
an
Oh, yeah.
incredible
Huge.
talent. He dances. He puts on clothes that are neat and decent, and
Yeah.
I just think he does a great job.
Yeah,
So,
but it
I'm
was
proud of
fun,
him.
and country was represented very well.
Actually,
Chris
yeah.
Stapleton won
felt like he
won three Grammys and was up for Album of the Year. He didn't win it. Taylor Swift won with what was it, 1789 or whatever her album was, and that was, she made a statement, not using Kanye's name, but was influenced by the way he treated her and talked to her, and that how he was responsible for her success, and she let him know in very pointed words that he wasn't.
And she had the right to say that. I
And
think.
said that
Yeah.
she was the only woman to win Album of the Year twice. And
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I'm sure she wouldn't have said that if it wasn't true. But
No, I think I heard that by a number of people. That
you?
is
but
true.
Barbara Streisand, I mean, you think of all the hugely
Great singers.
successful women singers, but maybe that's what it is. But I had a connection with two people. The Steel Drivers won a bluegrass Grammy, and their manager is Jules Wortman, who is Joe Sullivan's niece, who's kin to Fran and a friend of mine. And then Fred Foster, who had produced the Ray Price album, received a Achievement Award for producer. Lifetime Achievement Award.
It always
So,
makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
yeah, if you know somebody that won something. So
You know,
that's pretty
we
cool.
were talking about Taylor Swift a moment ago. Do you remember our friend Bud Willis, Tyke's brother? He put something on Facebook this morning and said he didn't think Taylor had ever been country because she never sang about getting drunk, cheating on your significant other, and driving trucks. None of that stuff.
that
She
stuff.
couldn't. She couldn't
And Mama.
possibly. Yeah, and Mama
Didn't have anything about
She couldn't
Mama.
possibly be country.
She's been
you know.
kind of a New York model sort of
She is
person,
actually
yeah.
from New York, I think,
Yeah.
isn't she? So.
She's
Well, she's brilliant. She's brilliant.
Yeah, she
you
is,
know,
yeah,
she's
yes.
I've
not a
said it
stupid
before.
performer, yeah.
She didn't sing about breaking up. Well, she did sing about breaking up because how she sold those billions of albums is she'd go out with a Jonas brother or one of those young little hot boy band guys and break up with him, then write a song, and every 14-year-old girl in the world's running to the record store to buy it.
Sure.
She's the first one that I can ever remember to write music for young people. And young people are who buy music.
It's very smart.
How long has
yeah.
it been since you bought a CD?
I never bought CDs.
Or Jimmy?
In my
Other
house,
than karaoke?
Ralph bought the CDs. I did music, but I didn't buy CDs.
Well, I've got thousands of them, though, so you know.
Yeah,
that
but
counts for
I mean, to go out and buy somebody's
Of course,
something to play in
Of course,
your car.
I haven't done karaoke professionally in about 5 years, so I guess my library's a little bit
Your library's
outdated.
a little outdated.
It's
Yeah.
probably a little outdated by
Yeah.
now. So,
But it was a very interesting show.
I thought it was. I thought it was well done. And Lady Gaga can sing, folks.
Yeah.
yes.
I'd have to announce that. She is a brilliant singer also.
And then who was that old boy at the end that used to eat heads off of chickens and stuff?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper,
yeah.
yeah.
Scott Chastain.
Scott
Thank you,
Chastain's
sir.
in the audience.
He knows
He's-
more than athletics. I
Yes, he
guarantee
does.
that.
Yes, he does.
But Alice Cooper was on with a band at the end, toward the end of the show, and they was smoke and fire and all this stuff that you can. I mean, it's just unbelievable, the people and the stuff that was flying around. And so it was all there. Everything you wanted to see was right there.
It was a good
Yeah,
production.
good.
And I remember last year I didn't think it was that good a production, but this year there was more production to it somehow.
Yeah, there's a lot of music.
Yeah.
There's a lot of music put together. And as I was saying
Hamilton.
earlier,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Don't forget Hamilton. I thought that piece was awesome, and I'm glad they won an award, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that he accepted the award and rapped out his thank yous.
right,
That was
right,
great.
right. And this is a Broadway play, and the fella who wrote all the music and all the words and everything is also in the play.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done from New York. Their performance was done
In front
on
of the
stage,
audience.
on stage from New York. It was really
an
cool.
awesome performance, and I've been dying to see some of that.
Yeah, it was very
And it
cool.
will take the nation,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and they did win an award. So,
You were working on Valentine's, correct? Or were those pictures
well,
from
on the night before,
Yeah, okay.
we did a big thing over at Bell Buckle Banquet Hall, and I have to compliment the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall. They put on a really nice program. I mean, not just because we were there,
No.
of course because we were there, but no, the food and the decorations and the staff, they're just so nice. It's
Jay
beautifully
Gregory
done.
doesn't do anything halfway.
No, I know, he's a good man.
He
We
does
love
it,
him.
and you never can tell what's going on down there. He'll have international dancers down there. He'll have chefs from around. I went down there one time, and there were 4 chefs down there from
Yeah, I went to
Europe
that. I went to that. That was
cooking
great
different
fun.
types of foods and stuff. So
And they have expanded.
always check with them.
They've expanded the banquet hall and they had a huge dance floor. They had a really good crowd. We were very pleased.
Good. Hey, one thing I want to bring up in this part right here, Saturday night at Filiagos, there'll be a benefit for Amanda Lyles, an employee of Filiagos, young lady with serious health issues, has 3 children, young children. Live music, good food, all proceeds go to Amanda's children and her bills for her hospital, for her health care. Filiagos, Saturday.
So that'll be great, and people need to go. She
Yeah.
needs help. I wanted to mention the fact that they honored the Eagles last night.
Right,
We had an Eagles
sure did.
song, and South Jackson Civic Center is we're having a tribute band to the Eagles on March 3rd.
Yeah.
I think Fran's coming in, is she?
Fran's
Is she
coming
gonna talk
in.
about that a
She's
little?
going to talk about stuff, but yeah,
I'm
Glenn
excited
Fry
about that.
passed away, and they did a memorial
Sort of
to
a
him.
memorial to him.
And
Who took
like,
his place? Do we
who
know?
knows?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't.
Who?
Who?
Jackson Brown.
Did he?
Yeah, okay.
And again,
Scott needs to be up here.
Director Chastain comes in from the Peanut Gallery. A man of many
Actually, we're
talents.
glad you're here, Scott. Obviously, we
You
didn't do
got
our
all the
homework.
answers.
Yeah. You want to come every week?
See, he knows everything. You know,
Yeah, he does.
You may think he only knows sports, but he knows everything.
And
you
he
know.
remembers what he
Scott
knows.
actually used to
yeah.
be a DJ at one time.
I
I'm sure
know.
he's been.
I know.
And I
Scott's
see my
talented.
buddy Lee Gibson in over there in the corner. He's doing
he
be a
gonna-
part of the benefit that's going to take place in Winchester, and we'll talk about that a little
Good.
bit later. So
Maybe we'll get on
we can
music.
get him to play a piece of music
That
or
would be
two.
nice.
That'd be good. He's always good. What we have to do right now, folks, is take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the rest of today's show. Don't you go away. There's all kinds of very interesting and important and fun information that you need to know, and the only place you can find it is right here. Be back in a minute.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
This is John Gray reporting on the girls at Bailey Manor getting ready to go to the Great Gatsby Gala at South Jackson Civic Center.
So I said to him, "Are you sure about that?"
So, have you heard about the parties? Yes, I heard they were the most lavish parties ever.
And they're at the Gatsby Mansion. It is huge. The food, the dancing, the parties. It's like a party you've never seen.
Gatsby? Which Gatsby?
Why, Jay Gatsby, of course. Where have you been hiding?
Jay Gatsby, the millionaire?
Yes, he's rather elusive, but he has been having these lavish parties, and everyone is invited.
Everyone?
Everyone.
So, when's the next one?
March 19th.
That's what I heard. It's at his South Jackson Street mansion.
Why, that's only in a few weeks. Girls, we have got to go. Absolutely. You know what that means.
New clothes. Shopping!
That's the report from Bailey Manor, where the girls are getting ready for the Great Gatsby Gala at South Jackson Civic Center. Call for reservations today, 455-5321.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. You'll be glad you hung around because I have this beautiful Alicia Bell with me today from United Way, and we're talking about a marathon, aren't we?
Absolutely, yes we are.
And what's the reason for the marathon?
So this marathon is called Connecting Coffee County, and it will be a marathon from South Jackson Civic Center all the way to Coffee County Central High School. So
fantastic. That's quite a good rate. How many miles is that? 10
it's
maybe?
13.1.
0.1.
Exactly the half marathon distance.
When is that?
It's on March 12th at 7 a.m.
Okay.
So is when it starts.
So do you need to be there about 6:30?
Probably 6:30 would be a good time because you can come in. We are going to time the race if you'd like, so you can get your bib with your timing chip and everything ready to go. Give you plenty of time to warm up and get ready.
And is this to raise money, to raise awareness? What all is it for?
Well, it is, Markram's Pharmacy in Manchester is actually hosting this event, and Joe McCamey is the general manager there, and we've had a lot of conversations about it because his idea for this event was to have a event that would bring our two communities together through health.
What a nice idea.
Yeah. So we figured let's just run in between.
What could be better?
Tullahoma and Manchester.
That's very healthy.
Yes, but it is also in the spirit of unity. It's not a race that you have to complete on your own. You actually can complete it in teams.
And that's
so
good.
there's going to be 7 different legs of the race.
Okay.
So you can run as little as 1 mile, or you can run up to 13.1 miles.
And so if you have a team, then you might run 1 mile and the next team member would jump in there,
Right.
like carrying the torch and move on to the next level.
Right, exactly. I think you'll pass the bib is the idea.
Yeah.
Your number, you'll pass that on to your teammates. So.
And is there a cost for being in the race?
Yes, there is.
And how much is that?
It is $35 until February 19th. So you still have a couple days to get that early bird rate.
Yeah.
And then it's $40 until March the 1st. And you want to sign up before March the 1st because that guarantees you a t-shirt.
Oh, good.
And they're going to be really cool t-shirts. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about them. Or you can pay the day of the event, and that'll be $45 per runner.
So do you are you already signing people up, obviously? Mm-hmm. And what do they do? Do they call your office, or how do they sign up?
You can call our office, but probably the easiest way to sign up would be to go to our website, which is cccrelay.
Okay, cccrelay.com. That would be nice to put that up.
Yes.
And I guess they could call that number and get information.
Yep, that is my number. So if they would like to ask me any questions about it, I'd be happy to direct you to the right information.
So have y'all done this before?
We haven't. This is the first
So this
year.
is your first relay. We call it a relay race, right? Okay. And do you have any idea how many people you might have? How many? You can take as many as will sign up, right?
Absolutely. We
Every
can take
person
as
that
many
lives in Coffee County.
Yep. We can take we'd love to see that. We'd love to see
Wouldn't that be good?
the community come out and get involved in this event.
And it can be adults and children, any age, and any physical ability.
Right.
Because you don't have to go the entire
race. You can walk a portion of it. You can get a whole team of walkers as well. That could be a lot of fun.
Sure.
But we do want to emphasize, and this is something that Joe from Markram's Pharmacy really wanted to create in this event, is to make it be accessible for anyone at any health level.
So it doesn't matter about weight. In fact,
not at all.
It's a good way to lose a little weight. Just get out there and walk. I did my 2 miles this morning.
Oh, wow.
Before I had breakfast.
It was a good day to walk today, I bet. Better than yesterday. Maybe still a little
Well, I have to
soggy.
admit, I do it on a treadmill most of the time. But,
Oh, good.
But walking is I don't think there's anybody, as long as they're on 2 feet, they can't walk.
You're right.
And so you don't. To me, it's a great exercise without having to think about it.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that's all you should do, but
Well,
anyway.
it's very healthy for you. Some people
course it
say
is.
walking can be easier on the body than running. So
And I'm
it'll
one of
keep
those people,
your
if I
heart
can't
pumping.
break a sweat every day, I'm not going to be good to live with. So it's important.
I do. I
So,
get grumpy too if I don't.
Are you
work out.
enjoying your work with the United Way?
I am. I'm loving it.
I know you haven't been here very long, and we're just very happy to have you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. United Way's been a lot of fun. I've been here now for about 7 months, so I've gotten to meet a lot of people in the community and share the United Way message. So we're growing.
And what actually is the United Way message?
Great question. I'm glad you asked. United Way believes that everyone in our local community deserves the chance to succeed right here at home. And so we are a local organization. My office is only concerned with the success of Coffee and Moore counties.
Yeah.
Some people see United Way and they think, oh, this is
It's
a
all
national.
over the world, yeah.
Right. And it is all over the world. But we have local offices that care about local
that care
communities.
about local people. And so, in what ways do you help the local people?
Great question. So what we've been known for, and what I'm really proud of, is our giving program. We go and we raise money from large businesses in the community or community members, and we offer something called a payroll deductions program. And
Okay.
so I can go into a large business and speak to employees during a campaign week, so that they'll choose a week that they'll call their United Way campaign. And I get to go in and speak to all the employees and tell them about what we're doing with their money.
Yeah.
And then an employee can donate $1 a paycheck or $5 a paycheck, something they wouldn't miss. But collectively, together,
It's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And-
And you're taking a business that has 5,000 people, well,
Absolutely.
$5,000. So that's nice.
And what we do with that money is what's really exciting, because we get to give it out to deserving organizations in our community that are focusing on building access to our 4 things that we want to see in our community.
I'm sure South Jackson Civic Center has received money from United Way.
They have been a partner organization,
And,
yes.
Well, I certainly appreciate that, and I'm not sure what all the organizations are that you help support, but there's so many people that need money, you know, and United Way has always stepped forward to help all the people out.
Yeah, well, we really enjoy it, and you know, how we make our decisions of where the money goes is very strategic, which is why I love working for United Way, because I get to develop a system to protect the donor.
That's good.
We don't just hand out money because people need it. We hand out money because they've applied to us, and I've been interacting with them, and I understand what they're going to use this donated dollars for. So that's something I really
And
love about United
basically,
Way.
when you help an organization, that organization is doing something special for the community.
Right.
Providing something that makes our community a better place.
Typically, we fund 4 areas, and that we call it essentials, which is food,
And what are
shelter,
those? Okay.
and safety.
Yeah.
And then also education, income, and health. So
Wonderful.
those are our 4 areas that we believe if you have access to those, then you can build a successful life for yourself.
And that's important for everybody.
Right. So we do
Well,
do
let's
that.
one more time tell what day is the race?
It is March 12th at 7 a.m.
Is that a Saturday?
It is a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday
7
morning.
a.m. and you gather at the Civic Center.
Right. We'll start at South Jackson Civic Center, and you can go to that website, cccrelay.com, to find out all the information you could possibly want.
Alicia Bell, thank you for coming.
Thank
and thank you for
you.
what you're doing for our region.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
all I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw earlier in the show the girls from Bailey Manor getting ready to go to the Great Gatsby Gala, and that's going to happen at South Jackson Civic Center March the 19th, and it will be the second time Jay Gatsby has had one of those lavish parties at South Jackson. And there'll be gaming there, there'll be all kinds of great food and beverage, and one of the things that will be there this year on stage is We Found a Band, an incredible group of people. They're all musicians. Most of them have been trained at Murfreesboro at the university up there, and they travel around. They're professionals. The name of this band is the Jake Leg Stompers. And you can go online and look up the Jake Leg Stompers, but they play pre-war music, all of that 20s and 30s music, and it is just, they're great fun. They're going to be great entertainment. They'll be on stage all night during the Gatsby Gala playing that period music. I went up to the Bunganut Pig the other night in Murfreesboro, Fran and I did, to see them, and we were just delighted. We're just so tickled. So between now and the gala, we're going to bring a piece of music or two in from them. You can learn music history as well, because Bill, the head of the group, always explains the history of the song they're getting ready to play. So here's just a taste of the Jake Leg Stompers.
Mama said, why don't you hear me talking, pretty mama? Hello, I'm Larry McIntosh, and I'm asking you to elect me to be your property assessor. I have worked as a CPA and have 15 years of accounting experience. In addition, I worked for 16 years as a classroom teacher. I have a strong faith in God, and I currently serve as Sunday school director and deacon at my church. My experience as a CPA will allow me to capably and professionally lead the property assessor's office. The taxpayers of Coffee County deserve a property assessor who treats them with respect and is fair, honest, and responsible. I pledge to be that person. I, Larry McIntosh, ask you to elect me to be your property assessor on Tuesday, March 1st. Early voting starts Wednesday, February 10th. Thank you, and may God bless.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Dads and father figures. Before she's all grown up, dance with her at the Starry Night Father-Daughter Dance, Saturday night, February 20th at 6:30. The fun is just $35 for a night of memories with your special daughter or daughters. Your evening will be hosted by DJ Cat and feature dance lessons, delicious desserts, photo, a special gift, and more. You'll leave proud knowing you've created a special moment for her and that your support benefits Partners for Healing. Reserve your tickets now for the Starry Night Father-Daughter Dance, February 20th.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have with us, joining us on this segment, the new athletic director at Motlow State Community College, my friend, Mr. Scott Chasteen. Scott, welcome to the show, and are you about settled into this new job here you've had for a few weeks now?
Well, thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate y'all having me this morning. I'm getting settled in. I'm 2 weeks in today, so I'm getting settled in and starting to learn what I'm supposed to be doing.
Is this somewhat challenging to you? You've been the sports information director there forever, and I know you're pretty familiar with the Motlow sports program, but I guess there are other things that are challenging as well.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's such a different realm from what I've been doing. You know, reporting on the games and reporting on the players that we sign and that sort of thing is one side, but the administrative side of athletics in the college environment, you know, there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of deadlines, there's a lot of things that you have to do when it comes to recruiting and signing student athletes. So it's a lot different. I'm continuing to do the sports information side as well. So for right now, I'll be filling both roles.
Wearing multiple hats and doing a lot of different things at the same time is not anything new to you, however, though, is it?
No, it's really not. As you know, we were talking during the break how many different roles I've had just being in this studio.
Exactly.
Whether it was political or talk shows, I've always enjoyed staying busy and doing the things that I love to do. Whenever you can do the things that you love to do, and as a hobby, you know, it's great when you can do them and sort of supplement your income. It's even better, and,
sure.
And I've always been blessed with the opportunity to do things that I love to do.
You mentioned recruiting, so I'm pretty sure that as athletic director, you've got something to say about the athletes that are recruited to Motlow. Is that a fair statement?
I will get to have input. Yeah, that would be fair. Obviously, I'm not out recruiting, but I think we have a general idea of of the type of student athlete that we want at Motlow to represent Motlow, because as you know, when the student athletes are out in the community, they're representing Motlow College directly. And so we have an idea, and one of the things that I'll be trying to do early in this process is to sort of identify the type of student athlete in the overall picture that Motlow College wants to recruit and to represent the college out in the community. So sort of behind the scenes, I'll have a little input there, but when it comes to going out and recruiting student athletes, our coaches have done a tremendous job of that, and will continue to do that.
So as athletic director, you're over, I know, basketball, baseball, softball?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So it's kind of different kinds of athletes that you're needing, but I'm just wondering, I would think there is probably some compelling reasons why a high school athlete might choose to take that junior college route. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, there are different reasons. Some students do it because of grades. Some students do it because they're just not ready for that big 4-year university environment. Some students do it simply they want to stay home, you know, and the ones around here that play, they want to stay home and play. But I think we get a number of student athletes from different states, and when we talk to them, especially like when I interview them on my show, what brought you to Lynchburg? What made you decide, you know, you're from Detroit. What made you decide to come to Lynchburg? And inevitably, it's pretty standard answer. When they came to the campus and they saw that campus, and you know, it's just a beautiful environment. We take it for granted because we see trees and all that stuff all the time. But folks from other areas sometimes don't. And when they come there and they come to Tullahoma and they just fall in love with it, you know, there's not a lot of distractions here for student athletes. They can focus on their schoolwork, they can focus on their team, and there's not a lot of distractions, and that's an advantage for us.
Would a high school athlete, maybe not a 5-star or 4-star, but a middle of the road kind of athlete, would they not probably get more playing time, more experience, perhaps more coaching at Motlow than they might in a 4-year school?
Absolutely, and I think that's another reason why student athletes sometimes choose to go the junior college route, is because it's much more hands-on. It's not the big corporate environment that a 4-year university can be. So I think that's a great point, and another reason why students choose Motlow.
I would guess that, or it looks like to me, that being an athletic director is sort of something pretty natural for you. I don't know if did you ever think about doing that in the past? I mean, your entire life has been spent around sports, I would think.
Well, you could go out to Motlow right now and survey some of the people that I've worked around, especially in the last 5, 6, 7 years. We've had significant turnover in the athletic director position, and I've just chatted about, they should give me a chance to do that. You know, who's more invested in Motlow athletics than me? I'm not going anywhere. We need stability in that department. So, you know, did I ever think it? No, not really. But have I talked about it and wished that I could get the opportunity to do it? Absolutely. Now, as we've learned in our lives, sometimes be careful what you wish for. You might just get it.
Right.
So I've got it, and now we'll see.
Are there things that you would like to change, or are you just still feeling that your way through this process?
Well, I would say I'm still feeling my way through the process. At the same time, even in a couple of weeks, I've seen some things that I would like to change, and that I'll have the opportunity to change. We can always grow, we can always evolve and get better, especially when you've had some turnover at a place. Things can get a little disjointed at times, and so, you know, my focus coming in is to sort of establish, I guess, my style and for the people in the department to get used to me a little bit. They've known me in another role for years, and so now the roles are flipped, and that takes a little while for everybody to get used to. But I've got some ideas that I hope to be able to implement.
Can you comment a little bit about, on your sports teams, what we can expect this year? Basketball, I guess, is already underway, obviously.
Absolutely. Basketball, we have 3 regular season games left. They're all at home, Wednesday night, Saturday, and Monday. The men's team is tremendous. They're 21-5. We've got the leading scorer in the nation, Jalen Barford. He's going to be a first-team All-American, has the opportunity to be the player of the year in the nation. He's signed to play at Arkansas next year, so he is the first SEC signee that we think Motlow's ever had in basketball. He's just a great, great player. The women's team has had about a 500 year. Softball and baseball are just getting started. Both of those teams have played a few games. They're just getting started, so those seasons are starting to crank up. Of course, admission to all Motlow athletic events is free.
I was hoping you'd get that in there.
So we invite people from Southern Middle Tennessee. If you think it's high school level athletics, you're very wrong. It's a really high level of junior college athletics at Motlow, Division I program. It's the highest level of junior college athletics, and we know folks will enjoy it if they come out.
We haven't talked much about the baseball team, but there have been some pretty big stars that's went through that baseball program at Motlow. Most recently that I recall is Brian Morris, but there have been others I know. That sort of makes a statement for spending that time at the junior college level, because I think he moved from there to pros, did he not?
Absolutely. And David Weathers,
yes,
who was inducted into the Conference Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago, he went to Motlow, pitched for a year at Motlow. He was in the major leagues for 19 seasons and won 2 World Series championships. So the history of producing major leaguers is certainly there for Motlow.
When you were a kid growing up playing baseball and sports and that sort of thing, are you doing what you always wanted to aspire to do as a kid? I mean, being around the sport, whether in broadcasting or administration or what?
You know, I really am. Yeah. I've been blessed so much to have the opportunity. When I was 10 years old, 8 years old, and the other kids, I guess, were practicing to get better at the game, I was probably in my room listening to the broadcast of a game and tracking all the stats and keeping up with all the players and that sort of thing. I knew I wasn't talented athletically pretty quick, but I knew I loved to hear people like John Ward and the Braves announcers when they moved to Atlanta in 1966.
Milo Hamilton
and Ernie Johnson. Those guys, they just drew me in at a real young age, and I always knew that I wanted to be in that environment.
Most of us have spent most of our life listening to you do the play-by-play of particularly Tullahoma High School sports, and I guess a lot of folks would like to know, are you still going to continue to do that?
Well, I'm going to try to continue to do football. I'm not going to be able to continue to do basketball, baseball, and softball because Motlow plays on so many dates that Tullahoma plays. I just need to focus my attention to Motlow and be there for most of those, at least home events.
Right.
But I'll fight to keep doing Tullahoma football as long as people will allow me to do it, and as long as it doesn't interfere with Motlow, absolutely.
Do you have a personal favorite of sports, of the 3 major sports?
You know, to do the broadcasting side, I think basketball is the funnest because it's fast, and this is typical me. I don't have to have anybody else. There's not really room for anybody else to get in on the broadcast. I can just talk about the game.
Right.
Football I love the pageantry of it. I love Wilkins Stadium experience. But basketball, just from a pure play-by-play standpoint, is definitely my favorite.
Okay, all right, good information. Scott, we're all excited for you. You know, our local guy that we've grown up with and known forever and respected, and his ability in the broadcast business is moving on to bigger and better things, and we congratulate you, my man. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to come today. Yes, sir. Folks, we'll be right back with more living right after this.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Mate. And we would like to welcome you to
Roosterwear.
Yes, Roosterwear is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Roosterwear specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Roosterwear.
Come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com
to find our handcrafted designs for
the cock of the walk.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and one of the things that happens around here is South Jackson Civic Center has an educational outreach program, and due to the fact that it's Black History Month, there's going to be a visit from Fran Gray, my lovely bride sitting over here next to me, to tell us who is coming to the Civic Center for educational outreach.
Good morning, John.
Hi, dear. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you
Good to
so
see you
much.
again this morning.
It is. I think both of my eyes are open now.
Yeah, they are. They are.
We are very, very excited to have Darius Wallace from Memphis, Tennessee, to come this Thursday, February 18th, in observance of Black History Month. Mr. Wallace is a very, very fine performer, actor, excuse me. And this past summer, as a matter of fact, he was invited to deliver the Frederick Douglass 4th of July speech in Washington. And through my dealings with different presenters in Tennessee, I learned about him, and he is coming over on Thursday as part of our educational outreach. And a bonus too, John, we are happy to have him on stage that evening. So we are happy to have a large contingency of students from our middle schools and from New Union coming over. We are a regional performing arts center, and we try to reach out to schools all in the area. And so we do have a big crowd coming for our 9 o'clock show on Thursday morning. We have plenty of room for the 12:15 performance, and anyone can come. I will say, though, the evening performance, which is at 7 o'clock, will be a longer performance, and we really hope that the community will come out and support and learn more about Frederick Douglass, who was a slave and then an abolitionist and became a very, very fine orator. So we are privileged to have Darius Wallace coming to portray Frederick Douglass. And again, we wish the community would come out and see this gentleman and become transformed into Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, and that's really good because a lot of people might not know, but the South Jackson Civic Center has done this educational outreach program for years, and it's an opportunity for school children to come over and see presentations like this where they wouldn't get to see any other way. And you can look on video and YouTube and all of that stuff, but there's nothing like seeing a person live on stage performing and transforming themselves into a historical figure. So, friend, what we did with your help, and you told me how to find this, I went online and found the 4th of July speech.
Oh, good.
And so what we're going to do right now is bring you Darius Wallace as Frederick Douglass. Come to South Jackson Civic Center Thursday night at 7 o'clock and see this gentleman live. Thanks, dear, for coming by.
Thank you.
Happy gala.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Hit that video.
Fellow citizens, pardon me and allow me to ask, why am I called upon here to speak to you today? What have I or anyone I represent to do with your national independence? Or are the great promises of political freedom and natural justice embodied in the Declaration of Independence extended to us? Would to God, for both your sakes and ours, an affirmative answer would truthfully return to the question, but such is not the state of the case. I say with a sad sense of disparity between us, I am not included within the pale of your glorious anniversary. Your high independence only reveals the immeasurable distance between us. The blessings you celebrate this day and rejoice is not enjoyed in common. The rich inheritance of life, liberty, prosperity, and independence granted to you by your forefathers are not shared by me. The sunlight that brought life and health to you brought stripes and death to me. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn. To drag a man in fetters in the grand illuminated temple of liberty and call upon him to join you in joyous anthems is inhuman mockery and sacrilegious irony. Do you mean to mock me, fellow citizens, by calling me here to speak to you today? If so, there's a parallel in the conduct, and I must warn you that it is dangerous to copy a nation whose crimes towering up to heaven were thrown down by the breath of the Almighty, and that nation buried in irrevocable ruin. I stand today in the cries of a peeled and woe-smitten people. Fellow citizens, standing there, being identified with the American bondman, making his wrong mine, I do not hesitate to declare with all my soul the character and conduct of this nation never looked blacker than on this 4th of July. And what to the American slave is the 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more than any other day of the year the gross conduct and injustice to which he is the constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham. Your boasted liberty and unholy license, your sounds of rejoicing empty and heartless, your songs and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings are to him mere fraud, impiety, deception, and hypocrisy, a thin veil covering up crimes that would disgrace a nation of savages. There's not a nation on earth guilty of practices more bloody and shocking than are these people of the United States at this very hour. Am I to argue that man is entitled to liberty? That he is the rightful owner of his own body? You have declared it on your 4th of July. Am I to argue the wrongfulness of slavery then? To do so would make myself look ridiculous and offer an insult to your understanding. There's not a man under the canopy of stars that does not know that slavery is wrong for him. What then remains to be argued? Is it that slavery is not divine? That God did not establish it? That the doctors of divinity were mistaken and performed blasphemy in the thought? That which is inhuman cannot be divine. Who could reason such a proposition? They that can may, I cannot, for the time for such argument is past. I never saw so many ghostly-looking faces as I did on that 4th of July.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the paint works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senior. See? Martin Senior. Right there. Martin Senior at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us now our good friend, the Chamber chick. Actually, it's Diane Bryant, who is Executive Director of Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce, and she's here today to talk about a subject that I love because she's going to be talking about women.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Women impacting the community.
Okay.
So that's even better.
That's even better. That's right.
Well, last year we kicked off our first awards luncheon with our Women Impacting the Community. So this will be our second annual. And we are recognizing women in the community that have contributed in actually 3 areas, and then we've added a new 4th area this year. So let's review, first of all, who the winners were from last year.
Okay.
So Women Impacting the Community in the area of business was Jenny Orr with Weichert Joe Orr Realtors and Associates. And then Women Impacting the Community in Education was Dr. Mary Lou Apple with Motlow Community College. And then Women Impacting the Community in the area of civic contributions was Renee Keene with Rock 10, and also an alderman and past chamber president as well. So those are the 3 women that we honored last year. This year we're doing the same categories, education, business, and civic, but we've added a 4th category, which is lifetime achievement. So we want to basically recognize the woman who has contributed over the years to the betterment of our community.
Okay, sounds good.
So the date is, and this is in line with Women's History Month, and which is March. So the date is March the 29th. Ascend Federal Credit Union is our corporate sponsor. I think they represent a lot of all of those categories involved there. and we are thrilled to have them back with us again. We'll be at Lakewood Golf and Country Club, and the most important thing that we need to encourage everybody right now is that we are accepting nominations. So you can pick up the nomination form at the on our website. You can pick them up at our office. But we do need these nomination forms back by March the 11th.
Okay.
So we're asking everyone.
It's kind of important you get on this.
Exactly, exactly. And we do need to encourage everyone that you really need to state the case of why your nominee should be selected. I think that's the one thing we really need to get out there, because the selection committee, it's not their job to go out and do homework on the individuals. It's the job of the nominee to be able to present the case.
I see. Okay. And there are 3 categories, right?
4.
4. Okay.
So we've got education, business, civic civic contributions, and then lifetime achievement.
Okay. Sounds good. And this will culminate with the award
luncheon, with the award luncheon on the 29th, which will be at 12 noon at Lakewood Golf and Country Club, and tickets are $20 a piece.
Okay.
So you can call and make your reservations for that event as well.
Okay. And where do they send their nominees to?
To the chamber.
To the chamber.
To the chamber. So they can either submit it through email, they can submit it through, or they can mail it, they can bring it by. So or call us for any other instructions that they might need.
Okay. And is this the second year you guys have
This is
done
our
it?
second one.
Yeah. Okay.
This is our second one.
So a good chance to recognize some women who've made significant contributions to our community.
And we've just come off our annual celebration in which we celebrated a lot of winners on that as well. Our Citizen of the Year, we are so proud to say, is Rosie Graham.
What a great choice.
What a good choice.
Yes.
And her the comments she made afterwards about the fact that she's just always she's always considered herself a public servant, and it is about giving back. And we were blessed that when she and her husband Ralph came to this community some 40 years ago, they did choose to get very involved, and they have been very involved, both of them, all these years. But like I say, it was a great honor to honor Rosie with that. And then our Extra Miler of the Year, who has also done a tremendous amount to give back to this community and is involved in a very extensive program right now with Light Up South Jackson, is Kathy Orr with Weichert, Joe Orr and Associates as well. So that was another, I think, great recognition there as well. And then we had our Clyde Phillips Business of the Year, which is Blood Assurance, and Blood Assurance has been a tremendous contribution to our community now over the last almost 10 years, I think, that they've been here, and they continue. They've just made a new investment and changed their location and remodeled an existing location, and just are very, very, very committed to the Tullahoma community. So we're very proud of them. And then our Ambassador of the Year was Cody Hall of the Stan McNabb Collision Center, and he has been a very active ambassador with us and very much a part of it.
Boy, he's a guy that's just jumped into this and really took off.
He has. I can
Yeah.
remember him at his first coffee 2 years ago when he first introduced himself, and he just kind of steered straight ahead, and he's just been going gangbusters ever since.
Yeah.
So. And then we had our President's Service Award, which Mike Norris, the outgoing president, presented that to Ashton Sisk from our office. So she was very, very proud and very excited. I'm very surprised on that. So I think it was a really a great
Ashton has
choice.
done a lot of work on your website and
The
a
social
lot of technical
media.
things. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the things that were really a big part of Mike's goal package. Ashton has been right at the lead on those, and we appreciate all that she does. She does such a great job. And then we had the CEO Business Partner of the Year, and that was Daryl Welch for all the work that he does as a Farrah Frog. Those Farrah Frogs, they just continue to give back.
Exactly.
And then we had our Rising Star Award, which was Brian McAdams with the Tullahoma Funeral Home, who is also someone else that's new to our community but has really jumped in and gotten involved.
Yeah. And he really has in a lot of different things. I think I saw him in another city at a chamber event.
There you go.
Last week. You also have a new president.
We do. We do. And we will be bringing Bill Yoder onto the set. It didn't work for him today, but Bill Yoder with Southern Community Bank is our president for 2016, and we're very, very excited about that.
How challenging is it for you and your staff in that every year we get a new president, and I'm sure they have different priorities and different things they'd like to work on?
You know, it's interesting because I think there's a lot of people that would say that would probably be one of the negatives or one of the biggest challenges of the business. But in our minds, yes, they do present different goals, but I think the fact that the executive committee has worked together so closely, so often their goals are just evolving from the previous year's goals. So that helps, and we're constantly looking 5 years out. So I mean, I think that part helps. But their work styles and their interaction styles and what they need from us and what we need from them is very different with each one. So you do have to make a few of those adjustments, if you will. But they also bring a fresh set of ideas, a fresh support network, and so that makes it very exciting.
Yeah, okay. Do you love your job?
I do.
I can tell. I can tell. And you're going to be coming back and talking to us about the women impacting.
Right, we will. The main thing I wanted to get out to everyone today is please think about this. Think about those 4 categories and nominate someone, and go ahead and get those nomination forms in. That's the most important, and then we can further develop the awards luncheon and all the great things that are going to happen with that as we go along.
Okay, Diane, thank you so much for coming by today. We'll be seeing you again next week to talk more about women impacting our community. We'll be right back with more Living right after this.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all is forever, you'll be holding me to.
I miss Ray dearly, and I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is the Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair to remember.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is the Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you or at crackerbarrel.com.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
All right, we're going to start right over here with this segment with Mr. Lee Gibson. He's going to kick this thing off with just a little bit of music for us.
I'm ready for a long, slow night. Walk in the door and hold you tight. Yeah, getting back to us, we can let love take its own sweet time. You ready for a long, slow night?
All right, Lee Gibson looking for a long, slow night, and I'm right here with Caitlin Barstead, and that's the last thing she's looking for. She's looking for a fast, fun night,
yes,
aren't you?
Very much so.
Tell this audience out here who you are with, dear, and what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay, so I'm Caitlin Barstead. I'm the development
there's
officer.
Your window to the world.
There we go.
Right there.
Okay.
And I'm the development officer with the Animal Harbor. So I do all their fundraising events and donor relations and donor development. But we're having an event here this Saturday with Mr. Gibson. It's going to be at Patrick's Steakhouse in Winchester at 8 o'clock, and it's going to be a benefit concert. So we're going to have lots of food, lots of music. It's family friendly, so bring the kids. We're going to have a live auction and giveaways and freebies, all to support the Animal Harbor and our mission.
Okay, so now what I want you to do, because a lot of people in our audience, because we go to 6 counties, might not know what the Animal Harbor is. I'm sure most of the folks in Franklin County know. But tell the rest of us, what exactly is Animal Harbor and what do they do?
Okay, so we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We're a limited admission, no-kill animal shelter in Winchester. We're located on the Arrow Road, Highway 127,
Right.
so right behind North Middle School, right there in Winchester. And we actually just moved to that central location here about a year ago.
Right.
So Franklin County was amazing and helped us raise a bunch of money. So we have a central location in Winchester. We currently are housing over 80 animals. We take in over 600 every year, and we adopt out almost all of them.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
That's wonderful. And how long have you been involved in this type of business?
Well, this is my first job post-graduate school.
Oh.
So I've been with them about 6 months, still fresh in the fundraising game.
And where did you go to school?
I got my bachelor's at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, and I got my master's at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles.
How does a Tennessee girl end up in Southern California?
Hey.
Looking for the sun?
Exactly.
Looking for that fast party night, huh?
Right, but always come back home and put my work to good in the community.
Always come back home. Well, what about this guy over here? How'd you drag him into this?
Well, actually, Lee contacted me right after I just got my position. He had worked intensely with the woman that I kind of replaced.
Right.
I don't like to use that word because we had kind of different roles.
Right.
But he's done events for us before, and they were very successful. So he wanted to help Animal Harbor out when he's going to do his local shows.
Yeah, well, he's a helpful guy.
He is.
He really is.
Very much so.
We like it. We like it when Lee comes around. Lee, what are you going to do? What's your plan for the evening going to be?
This is the second time I've been a part of an event for Animal Harbor, and it's the first one I've had a chance to work with Caitlin on, and we've been talking about this for months now. Kind of came together at the last minute, but through my friends in Nashville, I've been able to assemble what I hope is going to be a good bit of some incredible auction items. We've got a tour book from Jason Aldean's last tour, signed from him. Some tour posters that are signed from Luke Bryan and a couple other guys. I've got some calls to put in, some last minute things that some what I call legacy artists. I get to do tours with Ronnie McDowell and Ken Mellons, and from time to time get to do a show or two a year with the incredible T. Graham Brown too. So, those guys I've learned a lot from.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And it's always a blast to be on stage before them and with them and so forth. And I'm probably waiting to hear back from a couple of those guys. I know I've got something coming from Ronnie, but I just hadn't picked it up yet. I've already got the green light on that one. And
So are you bringing some friends with you, or is this one man show?
This is a full band show. My longtime drummer, Jeff Black, will be there. He's actually in another group. We're doing kind of what I call an all-star night. I've got him, a longtime guitar player friend, and then the bass player from the group, the country group, Thompson Square. And then there's some more local folks that are coming out. I know Michael Rudder is emceeing it. He's
good.
Yeah, Michael's incredible. He's one of my favorite vocalists, hands down. He's just got this incredible grit to his voice. But it's just always perfect. So I've already talked to him, and we're going to wrangle him up for a song. If we can figure out something.
I bet. That'll be good. That'll be good.
Now if I could wrangle John Cook over too, I think we may blow the doors off of Patrick's. But this event's actually called Wolfstock.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So there's no telling who we get. There won't be any Kanye. I can tell you that. So.
No Kanye. No Kanye. Yeah, he wasn't at the Grammys last night either.
Well, who knows?
Yeah. Well, why don't you do a number for us here right quick?
Sure,
and,
man.
And let the folks out there hear just a little bit of what they might hear if they come to the event on Saturday night.
Sure thing.
Lee Gibson.
Straight out of high school, married in the fall. The whole town turned out. They said we had it all. Well, I was your captain. You were my queen. We bought a small farm in the middle of nowhere. I didn't have a clue what we were doing there, all by our lonesomes in Athens, Tennessee. John Deere can't pull us out of this hole. There ain't a combine that can reap what we've sown. We just keep plowing through and never gaining ground, no ground. We'll need more than 40 acres to turn this thing around. Well, that first year was crazy. The crops never came. If it wasn't for the dry spell, I'd have been the one to blame. Those bills are piling high, higher than the sugar cane. John Deere can't pull us out of this hole. There ain't a combine that can reap what we've sown. We just keep plowing through and never gaining ground, no ground. We'll need more than 40 acres to turn this thing around. Whatever happened to all of our dreams just a year ago? Well, they were busting at the seams. The only thing that we've grown was the distance between you and me. John Deere can't pull us out of this hole. There ain't a combine that can reap what we've sown. We just keep plowing through and never gaining ground, never gaining ground. We'll need more than 40 acres to turn this thing around, Lord, around. We'll need more than 40 acres to turn this thing around.
All right, Lee Gibson. Do you know you have an angel right on top of your shoulder?
I need one.
Look at give that single shot back to him.
Oh, other way. There we go. There we go.
No, there
we go.
Over just a little bit
first
more.
where I'm looking.
Over a little bit more that way. There you go. You got it.
I need that.
Lee playing with an angel on his shoulder. That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Right.
He's being an angel to you, isn't
I know
helping?
he is. We're so grateful for Lee to help us out with this event.
Well, we're glad to have you here, and we hope it goes good for you. Caitlin, again, let's say that's Saturday night.
At Patrick's Steakhouse.
And where's Patrick's Steakhouse?
It is on South College Street in Winchester. So if you head up to the Winchester Square and head down the Cowan Highway, you're going to find it on the right before the hospital.
Right before the hospital. Okay.
South College.
Okay, very good. So there's been a couple of events there as well.
This is the first thing they've had at Patrick's that I know of. They've got a good sized room. It'll seat 400.
Does it have is that the one with sort of a sunken bar?
No, it's next to it.
That's next door.
Okay.
So you know where that is.
So that's out in that area out there.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're the same owners. So Matt's College Street Station, which is right there, the bar next door.
Right.
everybody after the event's over, they can go on over to Matt's too. And
oh, great! That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and good luck. And know that you can come back to see us whenever you want to.
I will do it.
And I'll make sure you have our information before you leave here.
Alrighty.
And Lee,
John,
it's always fun,
yes, sir.
buddy.
Appreciate it, buddy.
And congratulations on your success, and continue to keep playing, man. One of these days you'll be up there taking Kanye's place.
Hey, there's a lot of good things happening right now.
I know there is. I know there is.
Looking forward to Saturday night.
Yeah, we always love it when you're around.
Thanks for having me.
Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
All right, we're back, and what about all the good things happening around
Many
town?
good things. We're fortunate to live in this area.
And have the people to come and visit with us and share their talent and share their ideas, and the chamber's looking for a few good women.
A few good women, and there's a lot.
And there's a lot.
We're very blessed.
And different folks having different events and activities, and we're just glad to be part of it.
There's a big talent show from I had on last week.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Right, Coffee County.
Coffee County
Advocacy Kids Have
Center,
Talent.
yeah.
Don't forget Darius Wallace on Thursday night.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Don't forget the Eagles Tribute Band on the 3rd. And what we're going to do right now in preparation for the Great Gatsby Gala is we're going to bring you one more number from the Jake Leg Stompers because they ain't misbehaving. See you next week.
All right, we're going to do another Fats Waller song here. Let Miss Leela May take y'all. Anybody ever been good tonight? Ain't nobody here misbehaving, right?